Hey everyone, back again. I wanted to do like an actual map out of these events because people were wondering, okay, how do you know the distances? How do you know what's going on? And it's actually it's difficult but easy at the same time. Because of topographical maps and being able to judge distances. I scored expert in my marksmanship for rifle and pistol. For the military, I did the same thing for my bail enforcement courses, armed security, being able to judge distances and heights and stuff like that. Now, the biggest thing is being able to tell distances and judge where things are. Now, where I'm located, I'm in the Riviera of the city. Now, if I look straight west, there's this dip in the mountains. Now, when I say things are at the mountains or over the mountains, I'm not talking about this range here, because this is a dip in the mountains. I can see it over this mountain range here, which is 23 miles away, roughly. So we're talking, okay, I'm looking over this mountain and I can see the peaks of this mountain here. Now we have this road here, but this is literally a road in a valley. We've got a valley here and a valley here and a mountains in between. You can't see these roads from where I live, but you can sometimes see the people on the trails on this mountain range here. But the thing is if I'm here looking here and I can see something, and it's if I'm looking and I do the sun measurement, when you take your hand and you look, you place your hand on the horizon, and wherever the sun is, like say I put my hand on the horizon and this is the horizon and the sun's right here, 15, 30, 45, 1 hour. 1 hour till sunset. That's a rough estimation, but it has always worked. You measure your hand, you go full arm's length and you look. That is the rough estimate. If I place my hand out like that and I can measure the mountain with my hand, and it only goes 2 fingers, and then I measure those that high, I know the distance roughly of over the mountains that I am, because you're talking from one range to another height-wise. Topographical maps, they are a godsend, because you can see exactly where you are on this based on the coloration. So anything above that, you can discern, okay, this is 2,800 feet, and then this color here is 3,200 feet. Okay, so if this from here to here is this much, then that is my measurement. So I can go, okay, this much, this, and I can judge. Now, the ones that I was seeing after the weird event over here, now, from my position, I could see it over this, but it could have been much further away, which means that it was even higher, because it would have to be higher in elevation. You're getting that angled view of it. So if the mountains are here and it's over the mountains, then it's there. But if it's further off, then you carry on that line of sight. So it's even higher up and larger. I mean, this was a crazy thing, because let's see. Yeah. Where's my sizer? There's my sizer. Okay. 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 Okay, there's that. Okay, so basically it was a ball, and then it was just sparks off the back, just streaking across the sky. And it was bright. It was super bright, insanely bright. I was like, I've got to do the thumbprint on my phone, but then I was like, it wouldn't read my thumb, so I hit the camera button, and then I had to switch over to the video button and then get the video up there, and I missed the travel from like here-ish to here, but then I caught this tail end, and it kept going, and then as soon as it went behind my neighbor's house, the roof, I could see it sort of with my eyes, but it wasn't like... It wasn't as bright as it was, and I couldn't get my camera to focus on it because it was trying to read all the background lighting and everything, because everybody in my neighborhood has to have super bright outdoor lights. And I mean, it's ridiculous, but that's what that was. Extremely weird, extremely strange. I've never seen anything like it. No noise, no nothing. And I checked all over online. I checked everything. I checked with Cal Navari. I checked with Palm Gardens, Searchlight. I contacted different places here, and I was like, "Hey, did anybody see anything up there? Was there a rocket show? Did somebody?" I called Catherine's Landing, and nobody saw anything. Nobody. And it's like, okay, nobody at any of these places saw anything. That's crazy. I posted on Facebook. I was like, hey, did anybody else see this? And everybody's like, no. What are you talking about? You're crazy. And I posted the video, and then the admins and stuff pulled it down, saying I was spamming, and it's like, it's one video. How am I spamming? But yeah, that was weird. Then I'm talking with Ted Rowe. He's the UAP specialist. So found him online. Very first thing, found him, and I was like, "Hey, are you the guy that I have to report this to?" He's like, yes, yeah, absolutely. Reported it, and while I'm on the phone with him, the second set of weird things happened, and it was like, I could see it over this, but like, okay, so you see me, you see this dip, and then you see these mountains here. Okay, so what I'm talking about is, okay, so these are the mountains that I saw the first thing over. Here's the large mountain that I'm talking about, and here's the dip. Here's the dip. Now you can see the dip in the mountains here, but then you can see the other mountain range way back there. That's two separate mountain ranges, and they're separated by like 10 miles, and we're talking about lights that are up here in the sky, doing this weird dance. And like, when I say a weird dance, I'm talking we've got a light, move my big head here, and this one would go this way, this one came this way, this one came this way, this one would go this way, and then one would just shoot up, another one would come up, and as soon as this one came this way, this one would then go up here, this one would go this way, this one would go this way, this one would go this way, this one would then take over here and then go up. And it was like they were dancing in this weird rotation, and then whichever one would hit down here after one of these goes up, it would then drop down and it would sit there. And these things were going in these weird weird fashions. And you guys, anybody else that saw the videos I posted, they were like, they'd fly and then disappear, and then they'd fly and disappear, and then fly and disappear, and then come back down and disappear. I mean, they're literally doing this square pattern, and we're talking about things flying fast enough. The one night that I had that one that was on camera, I can't remember which video it was that I posted, but it flew, stopped, and then shot straight up. And it's like, you cannot tell me that this is a airplane. You can't tell me that it's a rocket. You can't tell me that it's a satellite. That's not how they fly. They don't fly, in the sky from here to here and then straight up. I mean, but it might be a drone. Well, a drone flying at the height that's required for this, it would be flying at, airline height, like big Boeing heights. It was above planes because you see the light, and the plane would pass underneath the light. So it's higher than the planes. It's looking down at the planes. How is that even possible? Well, it's not. And I've got all the flight radar stuff because I have the app, and I'm looking, and there is nothing in the sky. Let's see, dude. Go back to this. There's nothing in the sky except for like one or two little planes down here, and then some planes over here, and they're all visible because you could see the planes blinking lights, the wing lights, the bottom lights. You can tell they're blinking. They have their set pace. Now, one that I didn't catch on camera because I was like, okay, that's just a plane because it was red and blinking. And then, like, it was weird because I'm looking at it. I was like, okay, it's a plane. It's red and blinking. And I was like, wait a second, that's really, really, really huge. I mean, it was massive. And it was, again, somewhere in this range here, but it was massive. From where I was sitting, if you guys saw the video, you saw that one big bright star that I always point out. That is my my landmark when I'm looking at anything in the sky. I can see the Orion, then I have the bright star, and then I have the Big Dipper to my my back here at my 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's how I maintain my directions here. So you've seen that bright star. It was 3 times the size of that bright star. Deep red, blinking, but it wasn't a blink, blink, blink like an airplane. It was on, off, on, off, on, off. And it was doing it, and it was coming across the sky. I'll do it from here. It was coming across the sky. I was like, okay, that's a plane. It has to be a plane. I checked the radar, and there was nothing. And I was like, okay, it's not a plane. And then as soon as I realized that it was not a plane, because there was nothing in this entire vicinity, it then stopped and stayed there for it was like a 3/1000 count, and then it went back, and as soon as it hit a specific point in the sky, it stopped again, and then just dimmed, but then stayed a steady red, and then went straight up. And as soon as it made it about level with the big bright white star, it disappeared. It just turned off. So, I mean, these are weird things that I see, and it's always in this general area here. It's all in this general area here. Now, there have been ones that have come directly over, like the incident that I tried to catch on camera, that bright ball of light, and then the weird silk mass jellyfish thing that flew overhead and then just disappeared. There have been some weird sightings, and this seems to be a big hot spot here, because like I'm pretty much the only one in this area that does this and cares about it and gives two shits what's going on here. Like this is important stuff to some. I mean, it's important to me because it's like this is really interesting. This is really cool. But what is it? It's not a plane. It's not a jet. It's not a rocket. It's not a helicopter. It's not a satellite. It's not drones. It's not military drones, as far as I know, because all the drones that we see are the drone strike ones, the whoosh ones, and it's like, yeah, by the time I catch one of those on camera, it's already over my head and gone. So, what is it? And being able to distinguish between this mountain range and the next and be like, okay, it's not here, it's there. That is what I'm talking about. Like, if I see it come up over this mountain, and then it is behind this mountain. If I see it come up over this mountain here, like I can see this mountain range here, and I can see this mountain range here. If I see it come up over this mountain, it's behind this mountain, and then going up, then it is going really, 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 really high. And if I look at a plane that's flying through, and it shows that they're at like 15 miles high, and it is, 3 times as high off the ground as they are, then that's pretty telling to me. It's like I don't get how people don't look at this stuff as a possibility. We can't be the only ones in the universe. I mean, hell, we can't be the only ones in the galaxy. It's not possible. We are carbon-based life forms. Carbon is found pretty much everywhere. So the fact that we're here means that there's got to be somebody else somewhere out there. But again, I mean, we're talking way, way out there. Like, even like, here's the mountain. We're talking stuff over the mountain, over this back mountain range, this high off the ground. And we're talking, this is a mountain. This is a mountain right here. 2 mountains, 3 mountains, 4 mountains, 5 mountains, 5.5 mountains. That's freaking far. And we're up there. Cause look, top of this mountain, we've got 4,400 there, 4,800 there. Yeah. So that's 4,800 feet right there. So this peak is at least 5,000 feet. So if that's 5,000 feet, and we come down here, and down here by me, my area, we're talking 600 feet. So this mountain range is 4,400 feet high. 4,400 feet high. So 4,500 feet difference from ground level here to there. You know, that's 4,500 feet. So we're talking 9. Yeah, we're talking high in the sky, but we're only measuring the angle, the difference in angle, and that is ridiculously high. That's insane. So I don't know how to be any clearer on this. I mean, we've got so much going on, and it's like we have this is a national preserve. This is controlled. It's controlled. The fact that, you know, the things are happening over this area is pretty crazy. It really is. So I'm just gonna keep my eyes peeled even more than they have been, because seeing that whatever that was shooting across the sky, yeah, I don't know. So that's the whole thing, is the UAP is unidentified aerial phenomena. We don't know if it's a ship. We don't know if it's a energy thing. We don't know if it's gas. We don't know what this is. So it's an aerial phenomena. So until next time.